Muslims. Joining me now is Dr. Walid Phares, Fox News national security and foreign policy expert. All right, Dr. Phares, it's good to have you on the show tonight. Now, some kerfuffle there when Rudy Giuliani was very clear that it wasn't about religion. It's about danger. It's about identifying those who would be danger or would pose a danger to American citizens. Now, you were an advisor to Donald Trump during the president's campaign. What is your position? How do you feel about this ban? And what do you think it will accomplish in the short term?
Well, Judge, thank you for having me. Indeed, it is not about religion. I have read nothing in the executive order or any statement, any tweet that this was about any aspect of religion, not even ideology, I would say. What is happening right now is a choice. Either we maintain the policy of the previous administration, the Obama administration, with jihadism growing all over the region, specifically in those 7 countries and beyond, and we'll have more Orlandos and Californias, or we want to change. This executive order is the beginning of a policy change, and it designates a number of countries, not because of their religion. He just spoke with the head of Saudi Arabia, with the president of Egypt, with the head of the UAE. Who are they? Are they Catholics? They are Arab Muslim Sunnis. Of course, it's not about religion. And they have the same view that the international community, including France and Great Britain, Prime Minister was just here speaking also with the president of Russia. There is a formation of an international coalition precisely against the jihadists. And those 7 countries have within their own borders, in a geopolitical, very specific way, a threat that is manned by these jihadists. That's the beginning of the chapter. It has nothing to do with the religion.
And so what do you say to, or what is your reaction to all of these protests, and even to Senator McCain and Lindsey Graham? Are these senators just, you know, former foes who can't get over the fact that they lost? I read the executive order. It doesn't say anything about that.
The executive order is the beginning of a process whereby the Trump administration will be able to designate those countries. We know that in these countries, you have the hostile forces, that we know, and we know that we have friendly forces. Take, for example, Iraq. We have the Kurds. We have many tribes that are with us. Take Libya, for example. You have Al-Qaeda, you have ISIS, you have Muslim Brotherhood militias, and you have the army. So this is the beginning of a mapping out of these forces, and with the discretion of the executive power, a President Trump administration can bring in whomever they feel are already vetted while waiting in 3 months, maybe more, to be able to have a good system of vetting. I don't understand the opposition. The opposition is talking about something that has nothing to do with the actual process. I may recommend maybe to the administration to have more explanation about it in the next few days, including by congressional leaders as well.
You know what's interesting? I can't help but remember what the head of the FBI, Jim Comey, said when he first started talking about the ISIS investigation in all of the 50 states. And what he said was, you know, there is no way to vet these people. And I think it's incredible that we would think that, oh, everything is so great, the UN is vetting them and the State Department is vetting them. There are no records on these people, are there?
Judge, I've been in this business for maybe 3 decades now. I know exactly how the vetting system was done, not just under the previous administration, but the previous one, since 9/11. We don't have so far a proper system to vet because we are not touching the ideology. And if we don't do what President Trump is trying to do now, talking to world leaders, telling them, do we agree that radical Islamic terrorism or jihadism or whatever you're going to call it is the problem? If we agree, we have an international consensus, which may go to the Security Council. We're doing positive things, and the critics are in a different planet.
Well, and going forward, I mean, do you think that we'll be able to work something out? I mean, because even Theresa May didn't have very nice things to say about this. I mean, she wasn't actually critical, but she said, I don't know, I would do that thing.
They all wait for the leadership of the United States. And in my connections with many, many leaders around the world over the past year and even now, They tell me if America lead, we'll consider the product of what the United States is achieving. And look at these phone calls between the president and all these world leaders, and look at the statements made after that. You can see that the consensus is being built. Of course, we're not going to agree on every single issue, but one issue we're agreeing on is to identify the jihadists, and that is moving forward.
All right. Thanks, Dr. Walid Phares. So good to have you on Justice. And the Trump